Next, our uber productive veggie garden, which supplies our family with fresh produce for 4 to 5 months. Thinking of water first. The irrigation rates are really low. In fact, I need to top water a little bit when I'm establishing seedlings, and then only if we have a really dry, hot spell, maybe for one week, maybe 2 weeks in the summertime. But once I get things established, and especially into late July, early August, again, the garden is most of the work is just in harvesting and processing. The bulk of what I do is in planning and scheduling in the late winter, early spring, and then a big chunk of work in the spring to get things planted and get things going. But for most of the year, we're just enjoying this space. And you can see here that I'm trying to pack a lot of productivity in a small space. So I use a lot of techniques such as time stacking and space stacking. Some examples of both of those right here. Space stacking, I've got a lot of stuff trained to go up this trellis to take advantage of vertical space in addition to, the space that I have in this little raised garden bed. But also time stacking in that I actually got a whole crop of radishes out of this bed before these squashes were big enough to block out all shade from the garden. So those are some techniques I use to get lots of productivity out of this garden. I plant really densely. Part of that is because nature abhors a vacuum. So if you don't have a plant in that spot, you're likely to get an opportunistic plant growing there. So by planting densely and heavily mulching, I can tend to control what's growing where a little bit better. I also like to mix things up a little bit. I don't have really straight rows of all one crop. And in part that's companion planting to confuse pests and also attract in beneficials. It also has to do with keeping my soil covered and not having bare soil exposed. Again, thinking of that soil ecology as like the most important and the thing to pay most attention to if you're trying to grow a really productive and abundant garden. Basically, I grow things that my kids love and that as a family we enjoy eating. Potatoes, acorn squash, nasturtium, another type of squash, lots of pole beans, 2 or 3 different varieties, another potato, kale, and sunflowers, beets, and calendula. I call it giant lamb's quarter. The seed was given to me from a friend, but the leaves are very spinach-like and they're delicious. Much easier to grow than spinach. I have some tomatoes hidden in here, chard. Over here, parsley, more tomatoes and herbs, carrots, more Jerusalem artichokes, Brussels sprouts, lettuce. This is the best size. Very abundant and prolific plants. A little scallopini. I love how on this postage stamp size property, we've basically started demonstrating abundance. And to our children, when they want strawberries, they run out the front door and grab them from there. And in the back, as much produce as we can possibly eat for at least 4 months of the year, even more. And so the land is supporting us, and our children especially are understanding that, more so than just going to the supermarket and buying something from there.